Hi everyone and welcome to today's Chet Chat. Today I want to talk a little bit about Dr. Stella Immanuel. She is the doctor from who's working in Texas, originally from Cameroon, who is making the assertions regarding the clinical efficacy of hydroxychloroquine, azithromycin, and zinc combination. Now let me start off and let me preface this video with this. I don't think that hydroxychloroquine is an effective treatment for COVID. I could be wrong, but I reached out to a physician that I know, who I think very highly of, and I asked him to provide me with studies. And he provided me with several studies in very reputable medical journals, and those studies seem to suggest that hydroxychloroquine is not effective and in fact can sometimes lead to adverse outcomes. All right, that's my personal opinion. Okay. Now here's what I want to say about how people have responded to Dr. Immanuel's claims. There's something in logic called an ad hominem argument, and that is where you simply attack the person making the claim and not the underlying claim itself. It is a logical fallacy. And what that means in the study of logic and reasoning is that it is not a sound way to support an argument. When these claims came out, if you look on social media, all you would see is, well, she believes in demon semen. She believes that Jesus is going to strike down Facebook if they take down this video. She believes that demon semen causes gynecological problems and this, that, and the other. Okay, all right. So she espouses certain beliefs that we in the majority would view as outrageous, maybe even a little bit delusional. Okay, fine. But that doesn't really address her claims, right? That doesn't really address the fact that she said she has treated, I think the number was 350 patients, and none of them died. And based on all statistical accounts, with even a 1% mortality rate, you should see several deaths if you're treating a patient base of 350 people. Now, if she's wrong, okay, if the fact that those patients that she was giving this combination of medicines to, if they survived and had a lower than average mortality rate for some uncorrelated reason, then explain that, right? If her reasoning is flawed, if this is a spurious relationship, so meaning we have this patient population, we have the introduction of hydroxychloroquine, and then we have a lower than average mortality rate, if you think that there's some other explanation, explain that, right? What I want to see from people is she makes this claim, and then people say, well, here's why her sample size is incorrect. Here are the studies that actually suggest that she's wrong. Don't just assassinate her character. Don't just get up here and say, oh, well, she's an idiot because she thinks something else completely unrelated to COVID and azithromycin. It does nothing. Okay? It doesn't help at all. It's a logical fallacy. Now, both sides of this are guilty of doing this from time to time. So I'm not trying to single anybody out, but the people who do not support and do not believe hydroxychloroquine is effective, they've been doing this ad nauseum, right? It's just immediately, oh, well, she's crazy because this. Okay, well, that's fine. She may be crazy, but tell me why she's wrong, okay? And another thing, don't just say, oh, she's making claims that are obviously false. How are they obviously false? Tell me how they're obviously false. Have you read the studies? Have you not just the caption, not just the headline? Have you actually read these various studies, digested them, understood them, talked to a doctor or epidemiologist or health professional to help understand these studies? Do you actually know and can explain why the claims are false? If you don't, then you're really not in a position to say anything. You're really just echoing other people's conclusions. And that's equally ignorant. On the other side, if you're saying hydroxychloroquine works and you haven't read multiple studies, you haven't digested the studies, you haven't done the research, you really don't know. You don't know if it works. So I'm going to go into that a little bit more, confirmation bias, on another video. But this video, simply standing for the proposition that it does no good, it doesn't move the needle in the direction of truth and enlightenment at all, to just assassinate the person of a declarant making a claim without actually addressing the underlying substantive claim that they're making. Thanks.